seminar. He's the one who put me on with that class. Like, he told me to take that class, and it was pretty tight.
Yeah, it's a dope class.
Yeah, that guy's cool. He gave me an A, so pretty happy with it.
Hey guys, wait, Kiana, can you hear us? Can we hear you?
I think Cameron muted herself, or she's muted at the moment.
No, Kiana, actually. Kiana.
Oh.
I think that's gonna go into your introduction.
Okay. Well, let's just go around and let's just introduce whoever is here, and I'm sure more people will come in as they're moving forward. But can everybody mute themselves until they need to speak?
Hold on. Or should I go first really quick and then mute, or who wants to go first?
Yeah, you can go first. You can go first.
Perfect. As you guys might know, my name is Nico. I'm from the Republic of Georgia, which is a really small country in Eastern Europe. And I'm a marketing major at GSU. And I like money. That's why I like entrepreneurship and innovation. And that's why I joined LaunchGSU, but I didn't even see your guys' event on LaunchGSU until recently.
Yeah,
Very
funny
cool.
story, funny really quick story. Me and Chidi were down at my pool, and we saw Nico, and I knew he went to GSU. Like, went up to him, and I didn't even know he was in launch. That was pretty funny.
Small world, bro. And
Yeah.
apparently my roommate knows
Yeah.
Shady, which is pretty cool.
Which is even an even bigger coincidence is his roommate. I used to play soccer with him like a while ago.
Yeah,
so
dude.
It was a small world. You never
That
know who
guy's
you're gonna run
amazing.
into if you talk to people.
Dude, you know what's funny is I think I've seen literally your highlights on the internet for high school soccer before, and I never met you before.
It's good to meet you though.
Yeah, dude, I used to watch the Brookwood highlights, and I was like, you guys are on a different level. Like, there's no comparison between high school and high school.
Yeah, I was very fortunate to have gone to Brookwood High School and play soccer there.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right. You guys get a room. All right. Next. And let's see. Who else is next for the attendees? Anyone want to go next?
Instead of having everyone unmute at the same time, as an attendee, you have the option to raise your hand. So it should be located at like the bottom of your screen or somewhere close to your name. Just click raise your hand, and that'll let the presenters know that you would like to speak.
Okay. Like the bottom right
Cameron,
corner.
Yeah, Cameron raised her hand to go next. Can you unmute yourself, Cameron? Okay.
I think I just did. Can you all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, cool. I'm Cameron. I am a senior at Georgia State University, global studies major. I was a student assistant at LaunchGSU last semester. And if you guys were here earlier, an exchange program for the previous spring semester. And now I'm back in Atlanta, Georgia. So happy to be here. Happy to support y'all. Met Chidi and Tim and Cray at LaunchGSU. So now I'm back virtually.
Love it. Glad to have you, Cam. Anyone else want to go next? Please raise your hand. All right, let's get Rukeem first before we get Chris. So you can unmute yourself, Rukeem.
Up.
You unmute yourself and mute yourself again.
I'm about to unmute you, okay? You should be unmuted.
Wait, was I muted before?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. Hello, my name's Rakeem, and I'm actually a graduate film major. I'm also a self-taught animator and game developer.
Oh.
Very cool.
That is cool.
How long have you been in game development for?
Game development is recent animation for like 6 or 7 years.
You have any personal projects?
Not currently, but I've had projects I posted in the past.
Definitely gonna have to share that with us.
All right, Trey, you want to go next?
Well, Chris
Actually,
was
I think
next.
Chris.
Oh,
Chris wanted to go.
sorry, excuse me.
Oh, we got a new
New attendee.
attendee. Hey.
No, boy, Demi.
Hey. Oh, I know that boy, Demi. What's up, man? How you doing? I think you're muted if you're talking, but regardless, we're just doing some introductions right now. I know you can hear my voice, so Chris is gonna go next, and then you can introduce yourself in a bit, Demi.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Magaka, and I'm a fourth-year chemistry major at Georgia State University. I just recently joined the Nspire team as a student success manager. So my role will specifically just helping students with their academic goals. Just trying to just narrow down their problems and see how I can help them reach their goals. It's definitely a pleasure working with the Nspire team this year, and I hope to meet you. Thank you.
Wonderful. Does anyone want to go next? You can just raise your hand in the bottom right-hand corner. Hey, Kanan, we're just introducing ourselves right now. Everybody has gone. A lot of people have gone, so just raise your hand in the bottom right-hand corner if you'd like to introduce yourself, please. Hey, you guys know how to do that? Gracious, can you?
You might have to hover over your name. Hold on. I'll unmute Demi. Is that his name or Demil?
Oh, Demi.
Yes,
Demi,
I'll unmute you. Yeah, I'll unmute you now so you can introduce yourself, and then I'm gonna unmute Keenan. Okay. I just don't. What? Okay, there we go.
Hey, Demi, I think you're unmuted now.
Oh, hey, yeah, I just wanted to pop in and, see what this was about. I wasn't told it was gonna happen like, at some point, so I just wanted to pop in.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
you're all
just
good.
introduce yourself.
We're just all introducing ourselves.
Yeah. What was that?
Just you currently attend GSU, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got about 6 other people in here, so tell everyone your name, major, maybe something you're interested in.
Gotcha.
Little icebreaker.
Yeah, I'm Demi, go by Demi. I'm a junior, and I'm a film major, and this year I'm just looking to kind of expand my talents and really put myself out there.
Wow. Thanks. Definitely have to link and show us some of your work. Thanks for introducing yourself.
On the way.
Okay, Demi, I'm gonna put you on mute again, and we'll let Keenan go. Okay, Keenan, you're unmuted.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name's Keenan. I'm a senior here at GSU. I got 3 weeks left till I graduate, and I'm just up here supporting Chidi and Tim with what they got going on. I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Congrats ahead of time. Exciting.
Appreciate it.
Kiana, do you want to go? I don't know if I'm destroying your name. I'm so sorry. Miss Walker.
I'm not sure.
I can unmute her. 1 second.
Hello. You've been saying my name correctly. I'm an incoming freshman, and my major is going to be accounting, and I'm interested in entrepreneurship.
Oh, wonderful. Do you have any interests other than or do you have any interest inside entrepreneurship?
I don't really know. I do want to own my own business eventually, so.
Well, that's the start, It's the start, just knowing what you want, so that's great. Thank you for introducing yourself. All right, has everybody introduced themselves? I think so. All right, so I guess it's
Oh,
our
you
turn
guys
to
can go
introduce
ahead
ourselves.
and
Hello, everybody. My name is Tim Soak. I am a co-founder at Nspire. We've been working on our venture for about 3 years, and we'll dive a bit deeper into what our venture is and all that. But tonight, we really just want to have fun. This event is going to be a kickback, a virtual kickback, so very informal. If you would like to speak, just please raise your hand. The more dialogue we can get, the better, because again, this is just something have fun. And if you are above 21, please get yourself a drink. We'll have a sip and talk a little later, but really just enjoy yourself, guys. And thanks for everybody for their attention and being here.
Awesome. Hey, what's up, everyone? I know most of the people in here, but for those of you that I do not know, my name is Chidi. I'm also a co-founder of Nspire. Tim and I have been working on this venture for the past 3 years, pushing on 3 years now. And there's been a lot of ups and downs. We've had a lot of what we call MVPs, which is just basically our attempts at testing an idea in the form of an app. And we've had times where we really thought our MVP was going to be successful and ended up flopping. So it's been a process for sure. Entrepreneurship is all about being persistent and consistent. So hopefully, with that being said, we wanted to be able to kind of create the environment for everyone to just open up and talk about things that they might have been struggling with this summer, or where they want to be by this time next summer, or just their overall thoughts and opinions on everything that's been going on the past couple months. So this is supposed to be a very fun, open-minded event. We're all friends and peers here, so please don't feel like your opinion will be shunned or not heard. And with that being said, I would like to give it to Prey, who's been a big, big help at helping us launch and host and run a lot of our events. So Prey, would you mind introducing yourself, please?
Okay, hold on.
Wait, before Prey
Rakeem has
goes,
his hand raised.
Oh, Rakeem, I see. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Is this not a meditation event?
Not necessarily. Do you enjoy meditating?
No, but that just was marketed on a list.
Yeah, I mean, meditation. We're glad you're here regardless. Meditation is definitely something that we value as people and as a company. But at this event, we're really just focused on other ways that we can stay mentally balanced. Meditations are a really great tactic, but journaling is also cool, and also just talking to people, which is kind of what we're trying to do here.
All right.
There'll be some introspective activities that will kind of mirror meditation. We'll get into that. But before we go on, I also want to say, we didn't actually introduce ourselves. We just talked about Nspire. I go to Georgia State University as well. I'm a student. I'm a senior. I'm going to be a senior in the fall, and my major is entrepreneurship.
My major is also entrepreneurship. I'm technically a senior. I'm only signed up for one class next semester, so I'm not quite sure when I'm going to graduate. I need to talk to my advisor about that. Minoring in psychology, and I like to build apps for a living.
Wonderful. Good. You can go ahead, Prey.
Hello, everyone. My name is Prey. Oh, awesome. My name is Prey. I'm one of the student marketing coordinators at LaunchGSU, which is an entrepreneurship initiative incubator at Georgia State University. So if you have not heard about it, definitely check it out. I can give you more info after this event, because right now this event really is centered around Chidi and Tim. So I'm going to allow them to get back to it. I'm a chemistry major. One second, Nico. I'm a chemistry major, Georgia State, and that's pretty much it. I'm also going to allow our other student marketing coordinator, Nicole, to introduce herself as well. And then we'll get to you, Nico. I see your hand. Nicole?
Thanks, Prey. Hey, y'all. Yeah, so I'm the other marketing coordinator at Launch. I'm a junior, CIS major, and also an entrepreneur as well. So, yeah, but. All right, yeah, go ahead and Tim and Chidi.
All right, Nico.
Nico, what's up, man?
I just sent
Yo, I hope you guys don't hear. There's some cicadas like right next to my crib that are super loud right now. But yeah, that was really cool. I recently actually became a marketing major because I thought it was really creative and cooler. I really liked the content, and I started in accounting, and it was boring me like so hard. I mean, it was cool at certain aspects, but I felt like I wanted to do something more creative. As for entrepreneurship, I'm really more into like working for a company and helping them with my creativity or like my problem solving skills, as opposed to I like what you guys are the direction that you're taking it in and starting your own startup. I think that's really cool. And I think if you tell me about your app, I'll install it and I'll test it out for you guys and tell you my perspective on it.
Appreciate that, bro.
I actually also was a film major for half a semester. I mean, not half a whole semester, and I thought I was really cool at first until my parents were like getting mad at me, like, "What if you don't get a job?" And I was like, "Well, if I'm creative enough and I keep being persistent, I could actually create something awesome like that." But I'm thinking about making it my minor instead.
Yeah, absolutely. I can agree with that sentiment. My parents are very narrow-minded, and they always think that just go to college, just get a job. But that's not that's not really who I am. I want to be starting my own stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's why I started in accounting at first. Was thinking about that as the priority, but then I realized, life there's so much more to that than simply having a job that pays your bills. I mean, I want a job that's fulfilling or something cool that I enjoy doing every day that doesn't feel like I'm at work every day.
I didn't mean to say that. My bad, guys. But Chidi, why don't you pull up the PowerPoint, bro?
All right. So thanks for that, Nico. I appreciate the fact that you're so willing to help us test the app out. That's actually really great to hear, especially since the only way we're going to be able to help people is if we have a good app. So appreciate that.
Is it more of a, like, what kind of app is it? Like,
well, we will get into that.
Okay, cool.
All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Let's see. All right, can you guys see this PowerPoint presentation?
Yep, we can see it.
All right, cool. All right, take it away, Tim.
All right, guys. Again, thank you guys for being here. Again, this is a very informal event. Let's have fun. Let's play some games. Get to the agenda. So what we got going on tonight, I'll just start with the games. We're going to play a bit of a game. It's called A through Z of the Gen Zs. So most of us here are a Gen Z generation, but there are some hidden facts that we should be aware of, and honestly, it's just interesting to get to know our generation as a whole. So we're going to be playing a bit of a game and get into it.
Yep, so I'll go ahead and pull it up now, but just to give you guys a little bit more of a high-level overview of the event. After the game, we're going to take about 10 minutes to let you guys fill out a quick survey of about 10 questions. These questions were curated to kind of get us all thinking about our strengths, our weaknesses, ways that we can improve our lives, and just trying to get into that mode of being introspective so that we can continue to work on our own personal progress. And then to close off, I'm going to show you guys a preview of our app, Balance.io. I've been working on it for the past 3 months now, ever since COVID started. And God bless for COVID, because if it wasn't for that, I probably would not have had the amount of time and dedication that is required to actually build an app. I had no idea how tedious it could be, but nonetheless, I'm excited to show you guys what that's looking like, and I'm even more excited to have you guys test it out if you would like to. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and start off with A to Z Gen Z Jeopardy. So I'm sure most of you guys know what Jeopardy is. If not, please raise your hand now so that we can give like the high level description of how to play that game.
Well, honestly, we'll just give one regardless.
Okay, cool.
So Jeopardy, I know we all played this in elementary school. Basically, what you got to do is there are certain categories. For us, we have social media, culture, society, values, and technology. And you can pick points that if you answer the question right, you'll get those points. But the higher the points, the more difficult the question. That's a basic understanding of this. And at the end, I want everybody to also keep track of your own points because you're responsible for them. And at the end, we can see who has the most points. And if you email us, we'll give you something special.
I'll give you a little prize, a little something. So what we'll do is we'll just go in order of the attendees as far as like the people that are picking which category they would like to answer. I can't see who's raising their hand though, because I have to keep my screen on this. So Pray, could you? And I think Pray's raising like in a mute. So I guess we'll just kick it off with you, Tim, just to set the pace.
Okay.
Right,
I won't take a 500 because I'm here. I know some of the questions, so I'll take an easy one. If you can give me culture and society for 100.
All right. Tim says, what is culture and society for 100? The question is, which hip hop star recently announced they're running for presidential office?
Oh, you already know it's that boy Ye. That boy Kanye.
That boy Yeezy. I personally will not be voting for Kanye West, but I like the idea that celebrities and people outside of the political arena are now getting the chance to voice their political opinions, because I never really thought the idea of the two-party system and only having two people in the entire country that could potentially become president was a good system. So maybe not Kanye, but I like the direction.
Also, before Rakeem, I'll meet you. Please feel free to give your opinion on the topic once you answer the question. All right, go ahead, Rakeem, if you want to unmute yourself real quick.
Yeah, hold on. I think I saw, was it Nico or Rakeem?
It was Rakeem, I believe. I didn't know he was drawn.
Yeah, so a comment on your thing about celebrities running for political office, that's actually not the best thing, because you have these people who've just been seeing the best of America who are now running for office. They don't know the struggles of ordinary people, and they won't be able to relate to that. And then Kanye has had his own stuff in particular going on. He is not a good candidate at all.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you in that Kanye should not be president. But what I really meant more was just the idea that someone can run for president as long as they like have the clout and the notoriety to be able to gain a following. And then it's just up to them to make sure that their values and their objectives are in line with the majority of the people that need help.
Basically, people who have a platform using it for a positive.
Yeah. But okay, Rakeem, real quick, who would you like to see become president besides the people that are currently running? I don't know if you do it again. I can't really.
I'm back. So that's actually an interesting question. The problem's not really with the people. The problem is with our system. There's too much money in the government, and because of that, we have a lot of policies that are detrimental to just everybody. Like, we need to reform our whole system from the down, but that's not going to happen because too many people profit from the way things are.
I hear you. I agree with you.
That was very well said.
Hopefully our Gen Z generation can be the one that makes a change. But Rakeem, since you're unmuted, do you want to go ahead and
I'll take technology for a 500.
Okay, technology for 500. What is technology for 500? Question is, what are transformative technologies?
Oh, I saw a Michael Bay movie about those. So they're aliens that come from another planet. Because their homeworld's destroyed, they have to try to make a home on Earth.
Okay. Well, let's think of transformative technologies that are from Earth that are created by humans?
Let's see. I don't know, but I'm gonna guess that it's technologies that change how a workplace runs.
Okay, that's a factor. Would you like to phone a friend?
Sure.
All right, Tim, can you give a little bit of a booster?
Oh, okay. So, actually, here's how I think we should run it. Okay, also, you guys feel free to chime in. Do you think we should, like, if Rakeem doesn't get it right, do you think it should go on to the next person in mind? Try to answer
I
it?
think Nico wants to provide him some help. He has his hand raised.
There you go, Nico. Why don't you help him?
Yo, you guys hear me?
Also, before
I was just trying to.
anyone says anything, no Googling answers. That is cheating.
You will
Right,
get
no Googling
disqualified.
answers.
You will get disqualified.
It's not cool. But I'm sorry.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I am Google, or basically. Or I'm just kidding. I wanted to comment on what you guys were talking about earlier with celebrities and politics, actually, because I wanted Andrew Yang for president, and he's not really a politician. He's a tech entrepreneur like you guys. But his ideas were way better and way more ahead of the game, or ahead of the curve, I could say, about, people's, not only the freedom dividend or getting paid for companies selling your data, which I've actually seen at jobs that I've worked at, but I feel like people who aren't from a background of politics can actually make politics better because they're not career politicians.
Okay.
Definitely. Hold up. Okay. Well, we can definitely dive deeper into that in our.
We don't have to, though, if you guys don't want to.
You guys dive deeper into that.
We have like time section not to be talking about all that kind of stuff.
I feel you.
Thanks.
No, but I agree. In the high level, in the short. But for transformative technologies, for transformative technologies, essentially what it is just technology to help end human suffering. Basically, technology that transforms the human experience to help humans transform into like the best version of themselves. It's just progressive technology used to better humans in any way.
Yeah. A lot of technologies that are transformative leverage behavioral psychology. So like a lot of meditation apps or health and fitness apps that leverage biometrics, or like your Fitbit is a form of transformative technology. Just any technologies that are put in place for the benefit of the human condition, whether it's mentally, physically, socially. So a lot of tech entrepreneurs nowadays are looking at transformative technologies to help do things like closing the wage gap, fighting homelessness. A lot of the core societal issues that we have can be mediated with transformative technologies, I would say.
Solving problems that society has, yeah. It's important.
Right.
Also, good try, Rakeem. Thank you for your answer.
And your answer was a new perspective that I haven't had in the past, so that's cool.
It was a film perspective. Nico, do you want to go next since you were talking?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Let's go tech for 200.
Tech for 200. The question is, what is fast fashion?
All right, I'm guilty of fast fashion. I'm not gonna lie. I order stuff from H&M or Forever 21 all the time. But essentially, I think e-commerce, and this is going to be kind of a broad answer, I guess, but just fashion literally to your front door within a very short amount of time. And probably not built with the best materials necessarily, but right now, because of Corona, we have so much e-commerce that this stuff is thriving. And I'm not going to lie, I bought a lot of fast fashion. I bought fast fashion recently, actually. I just comped. I don't know. I might be.
No, you were spot on. We got a bit of a textbook definition for you guys here, but just basically rapidly produced articles of clothing that are usually produced by market leaders. And you kept on saying you're not gonna lie. Do you feel guilty for shopping with fast fashion?
Yeah, I mean, I want to support non like sweatshop workers or non. I want people who are working to have better conditions, and to do that, you really got to start funding stuff that's not fast fashion. But like right now, I don't feel like going to actual retail stores or more expensive retail stores because of the depression and the economy. So yeah, I mean, I like a lot of the. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I like a lot of the current fast fashion in terms of like patterned shirts or some of the new styles. But I think there are a lot of problems with favoring fast fashion or funding it or buying any of their products for the people who actually did the work to make it.
Right. It becomes an ethical issue.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I definitely see what you're saying. The thing about fast fashion, they're always following trends. So it's kind of like, I don't know, the problem to me seems like it'll be a hard one to fix, especially when you're talking about the people that are being exploited in order to, you know, provide us with these trendy things that don't even last that long. So it's definitely interesting to see, you know, the types of, or the type of value that we see within some companies and why we, you know, decide to take it upon ourselves to shop with them for the length of our lifespan when we, you know, don't really align with the actual company's values themselves. But that is why we have just Gen Z Jeopardy, so that we can, you know, kind of ask ourselves questions and broaden our perspective about things that we might not know about. But thank you for your answer. That was spot on. Do you shop with like H&M, PacSun, those type of stores? Because they offer like the
all
best
those.
prices.
PacSun's good too.
Yeah, they offer really good prices, and the quality of the fabric is like also very good. So
I don't know. Sometimes these guys have like huge sales. Like I read that it was like what Forever 21 was going out of business, which I don't even think they actually did. And they were like just stimulated their sales a lot from that. And I don't even think they actually went out of business.
yeah, there's still Forever 21 at the mall right next to me. So and maybe it
You
was
know
like
what's
a market.
fast fashion too? When the product that you buy, you wash it once and it's like already starting to come apart.
Right.
Made with like that fake polyester and stuff.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah, be careful. Yeah, be
So
careful.
let's get another person to have their turn. I don't want to. Oh, Danny, what's up? Would you like to?
Sure. I'll do Culture and Society 200.
Let me think.
Alright.
What is Closing Society for 200? The question is, which rising hip hop icon coined the term Hot Girl Summer? I know you know this one.
Yeah, I got this. What is Meg Thee Stallion?
Megan Thee Stallion.
Nice. With the 2 E's, you already know.
Wait,
Yeah.
didn't she get shot recently?
Can you sing a Megan Thee Stallion song for us real quick? Any lyrics
Okay.
that you know?
All right. I'm a savage, ratchet. I'm a savage,
Hey, classy,
ratchet, bougie,
yeah.
stunting.
Hey, there you go.
Love it.
Carol Baskin, yeah. Hit him with the Carol Baskin.
So you did
Cool,
get
thank you.
200
Went
points.
straight
for
off
that.
topic, but when I saw the footage of that video about the headlines yesterday, that was pretty crazy.
Oh,
She got shot in
We're
the
getting-
feet twice.
She actually got hit too.
Twice, yeah, in the feet.
Well, that's crazy.
Who's that? Wait, who are you talking about, Nico? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Meg Thee Stallion, they released the footage.
Megan Thee Stallion got shot in the foot.
yeah. There were 2 people in there. Apparently, it was her, Tory Lanez, and some other girl.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I did see some memes on TikTok about Tory Lanez being really short and like.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Tory Lanez going to jail, but I don't really.
Also, just real quick, just to establish some a bit of formality. Can you guys raise your hands before speaking?
Oh, okay.
All right. Do we have anyone else that's willing to give it a go at Gen Z Jeopardy? No, wait, how many people do we have in this event at the moment?
We have about 7.
Wait for hands to go.
Okay, Cameron, would you like to go?
I'll try value for 400.
All right, let's see what we got. The question is, can you name 3 things that our generation of Gen Zs value highly? Very open-ended question.
Yeah, money, freedom, independence.
Awesome. Okay. So we got making a difference, collective good. We had freedom, collective good, and making a difference.
Not bad. So, I mean, you did get one of them, right? So.
We got freedom.
Cool.
You said money.
You mind expanding on that?
Do we want to talk about why money should maybe go over making a difference or collective good?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your opinion on that?
You gave 3 good answers, but the answers that we gave weren't the
So I said money, freedom, and independence, and that one said what? Collective good, freedom, and what was the third one?
Making a difference.
Making a difference. Okay. I agree with those terms. I think it's a very idealistic representation of Gen Z. I can definitely agree with those because I believe in those as well. But I say money because you can't really do too much of what you want without it. Money is just a tool to do whatever you want to do. And I think the Gen Z has a good grasp on that, at least from what I'm seeing at Georgia State and like at LaunchGSU, like trying to rationalize how to achieve these big goals of ours. And a large part of that is acquiring enough money to do that, and acquiring that money in a way that doesn't make you indebted or chained to someone else, which I think is a large reason why entrepreneurship is attractive to a lot of people.
I agree with you 100%.
Definitely get those 400 points.
Nice.
For someone else to go,
Savannah
also raised her hand.
Who raised their hand?
Me?
Savannah, you're on.
Hi.
Oh, Savannah. Hey, what's up? I didn't know you were here.
Okay. Hi. I figured it out. I had to move to my laptop. Let's do social media for 300.
All right. What is social media for 300?
I might get this completely wrong.
Can you name a common social media growth tactic used by businesses?
Hashtags. Does that count?
That's very common. I like that one. Can you give me 2 more? That one was a little bit too easy.
Promoted ads. Promotional ads.
I got one more.
Another one? Oh man, this is a real question. Common growth tactic used by businesses. What do they do when they buy followers and they have to get their following up so they can get real followers so they can sell more? People do that. You know the social media people that are only famous for social media that apparently buy their follow. I didn't even know this was a thing until recently. Apparently you can buy like thousands of followers and then you can have real people follow you and then it looks like you have this huge like fan base, and then apparently people start like selling and like getting what's it called, endorsed for like products and stuff. It's a real scam game, but it works.
Yeah. Well, you definitely got part of the answer right. So.
Especially with that last information you gave us.
Okay,
I guess those people
influencers. Yeah.
So nowadays we have fake influencers that are out here getting fake fans on their Instagram and then using that to leverage, I guess companies that think they have a lot of followers and a big fan base but really don't.
Okay. Not sure why the 300 didn't go away, but just make sure you guys don't pick that one. Chris, you said you wanted to go next?
I see Chris's hand is unmuted. Chris's hand is raised. And hey guys, if you already raised your hand and you answered, unless you have something else to add, you can just go ahead and unraise your hand.
Can I social media 400?
Awesome. Chris says, what is social media for 400? Whoa, you got the big one. All right, well,
so since we can't see you,
yeah,
since we can't see you, you don't have to actually perform one, but do you know a popular TikTok trend?
You know the crazy thing, I'm not, so it's just I don't even know how I can't even answer that question.
All right, well, why don't you choose another one then?
Okay. Let me see. I can do
so
values.
I'm not quite sure why.
Values for 300.
All right. What do we have values for 300? Do Gen Zs consider themselves more religious or more spiritual?
I definitely got to say spiritual. I think with our parents' generation, them are pretty much religious. So I think a lot of Gen Zs are just kind of in that natural rebellious state. You know, I think a lot of people didn't really grow up in the best upbringing with maybe religion or whatnot. So a lot of people kind of see spirituality as a more freer or more not really confined state of expressing themselves. You can hear it in a lot of I've been hearing a lot of different things like I don't know, like chakra or like sage or just maybe yoga. Not yoga, but like maybe like yin yang. It's a lot of different things we can see from our generation. But I can definitely say it's more spiritual.
Right.
Yeah, just to add on top of that, a lot of that is from Eastern philosophy, Eastern spiritual values. So I guess a lot of the Western folks are just trying to branch out of their comfort zones and explore.
Nice.
Who wants to go next? Anyone? Want to raise their hand, or I'll call on someone? Go ahead.
I can't necessarily raise my hand, but I would like to go.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Can I do social media for 200? Or is that already taken?
Why don't you guys want the 500, man?
Okay, can I do social media for 500?
Yeah, there you go.
You sure can. The question is, how many active users does TikTok currently have?
Wow. I knew I should have stuck with 200. I don't know, like, I was at least. I don't know, at least 500 million. I don't know. I'm just gonna ballpark.
I hear 500 million going once. 500 million going once. Do I hear 600 million?
700 million.
Oh, I was close.
No, I don't know.
800 million, almost a billion active users on TikTok.
That's actually crazy, guys.
They haven't even been around for more than 2 years.
Well, they were Musical.ly before TikTok.
They were. Oh, that's right.
All right. Who wants to go next?
Just to let you guys know, I'm not too sure why this row isn't disappearing, but in social media, we only have 100.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll do technology for 300.
Right. What is technology for 300? Which social media do Gen Z use the most? Kind of a trick question.
A trick question.
It's not.
Social media is very broad.
You said what? It's broad. I'm gonna say Twitter, honestly.
I like it. The answer is YouTube.
Wow.
So a lot of people don't even consider YouTube social media, which is why I said it's kind of a trick question. But
I think YouTube is a social media. You can comment, you can interact socially, and you can publish media. Social
creators like Instagram, Facebook. So that was a tough one. I do think Twitter deserves the recognition of being
Even though they just got hacked. You guys saw that? All the celebrities got their contacts in Bitcoin.
Yeah, that was crazy. Oh.
All right. Let's get someone who hasn't been speaking too much. Who do you want to get? You want to get Keenan? Are you there?
I think Keenan and Nicole are the last two.
Keenan is here.
All right. Well, I guess he's not here.
Or I guess he doesn't want to go. I'm not too sure.
It's straight. Does anyone else want to go?
Yes.
We have some more
Yes.
blocks. So what?
Is this Chris?
Say something? Oh, we said skip, please. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone else want to go? We have social media for 100 and then everything else. All right.
Can
Great.
I
Go.
go? Oh.
You said what?
I said,
You
can
got
I
it.
go you?
Yeah. I'll do technology for 400.
Cameron would like to go, so I'll defer my go to her.
We have more than enough for people.
All right. So Tim, can you name 3 of the top emerging technologies?
Oh God, I can name more than 3, but I don't know about. Okay. I'm gonna name like 4. Like renewable energy,
Okay.
blockchain, quantum computing, and then last one I would say AI, machine learning.
Very nice. Those are all emerging technologies. We have a list of any that you could have picked from. I saw you said blockchain, quantum computing, but there's also 5G, which a lot of people don't really know how to feel about. We also have artificial reality and virtual reality, which could be pretty interesting for.
It's actually augmented reality, TD.
What I say, artificial reality?
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant augmented reality and virtual reality, which could be pretty interesting for the future of new movies. I'd like to hear what our film majors and our creatives think about that. But Cameron, you said you want to go. We got a couple more left.
Yeah, I was gonna raise my hand. Like I can go after Prey. That's not an issue.
All right, Precious, why don't you just pick one?
Okay. I'll allow you guys to pick it for me, just because I don't know which ones have
All right,
or have
value
not.
500.
Okay, cool.
All right, Trey. Who has the most Instagram followers? This is social media for 100.
So I'm pretty sure it's now a soccer player.
Do you know his name?
Yeah, I think it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Do you know how many followers he has?
Is it 200 and like almost 50 million?
I don't even know myself, but it is Cristiano Ronaldo. I think he has about just over 200 million, 230 million, which is
Like
crazy to think about. I'm surprised he has more followers than like Kendall Jenner or
You mean
anyone in the
Kylie?
Kardashians, or Kylie or Kendall, all of them.
Yeah.
But
I think
he
she's
plays the best sport in the world, so it's understandable.
Okay.
All right, Cameron, you want to pick
Cameron
one?
and then Nico.
Okay. Let's do social media for 500. Why not?
Unfortunately, the social medias are all done. I'm not too
Oh
sure why
wait,
these.
sorry.
We have
Values for
these.
500.
What is values for 500? Okay, so we have another open-ended question for you.
Okay.
What negative qualities do people usually attribute towards Gen Zs?
Probably maybe oversensitive. I'm trying to think. I was just listening to a whole video about it. Oversensitive, lazy, and
Come
maybe
on,
over ambitious.
Okay.
think about like what your parents say to you. My parents are saying this to me all the time.
I don't think my mom has any criticisms about me. Um,
Or like think
let's
about like just grandmas and grandpas, what they say about us.
let's see. No,
Can she phone a friend?
not to get bad, but my grandparents passed away a long
Yeah.
time ago. So I don't.
No worries, I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Let's see.
Precious,
Do you want-
did you want to say something?
Yeah, what do y'all
Um,
think?
so maybe like I know they say that traditionally we don't communicate as efficiently as they're used to, but it's just I
Yeah,
don't
too much
agree with
text.
that personally just because we communicate in a different manner. But I would say communication.
That's a good point. I will also add tech. Like we text too much. Like our faces are always in our phones.
Yes, and
Mm.
Nico said antisocial. We look at our exactly what you said. He said we look at our phones too often.
All right, so what is the answer?
Let's see. What is the answer? You got short attention span, materialistic, flaky.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's rude.
Flaky,
Flaky.
it means
Ouch.
like
I would think that all those characteristics that were just said describe us very well.
the flaky part was more so like in a career aspect, kind of like
Yeah.
not really committing to a career.
Well, I don't
And that,
necessarily think that is we. I don't necessarily think that is we don't commit to a career. It's just we're not as willing to accept things as they were. So like for
Agree.
instance, like your parents might have stayed at a job 20 years, even though the working conditions were unbearable at that. I'll just say like unbearable, and like we're more so like we'll stay at a job maybe a year or two, but if we find something with a better pay, we're quick to quit that job, go to the next job until we get
Right.
what we want. That's what I'll say about us. But
I
I'm
will
gonna go
also
ahead
add
and
to that.
yeah, you said you wanted to
I
add
just
to it.
muted myself.
Yeah. Okay. I was just gonna add to that, and this is probably just being defensive, but like flaky. I think to add to that is that perhaps more Gen Z people are going into more areas of creativity. So either digitally or just in the physical aspect. So they have the flexibility to do different things without like a long-term commitment to one thing. Like you can make a video, work on a video for one day or a 1 week or whatever, and then move on to the next creative project. So that's just my defense.
I'm gonna also go ahead and unmute Nico because I've seen his hand raised for a while. And then after Nico goes, I'll unmute Rakeem and Demi.
Yo,
You're
so I believe there was a question that was unanswered earlier. Am I allowed to answer that, or should I do a different one?
I just do a different one.
All right, let's go
Yeah.
Tech 100.
Tech 100. Cool. What?
Do you want examples? Or do you want like a definition?
Give us a
Let me get a bit of
definition.
help.
It's 100% technological money, completely on the cloud, not related to physical form, that could be traded completely online, and it's also one of the most expensive currencies in the world.
I like the answer. So you said it is one of the most expensive currencies in the world?
Well, yeah, the values of them are going incredibly high. Like, you can't even buy it at this point unless you're ridiculously rich. But I mean, there's a few new ones out there, but even those are kind of steep.
There are a lot
Definitely
of
by
there are a lot,
fractional shares.
Yeah,
there are a
there's
lot of
so many different types of cryptocurrencies, and they're kind of funny. A few of them are kind of funny.
I know Tim's really into the cryptocurrency world. Let's just see what this
I
says.
wanted to get into it, but
Cryptocurrency
it's too late.
typically
It's
used,
way too expensive.
Do you know much about the technology that sits under cryptocurrencies? Because a lot of people say that cryptocurrency itself isn't as transformative or as helpful as actual technology behind it, which would be, well, do you know what it is?
I remember hearing about it, but I don't know the specifics.
Tim, do you know?
Yeah, so basically it's a peer-to-peer ledger that is public to everybody, and it's also decentralized. So essentially, if you guys heard about all those hackings that went on Twitter,
Yeah,
Bitcoin and whatnot, so
they made a lot of money off that, by the way. Yeah,
exactly. The reason why you're able to see that is because it's public and on a public ledger. But it also creates also anonymity. So there's a lot of there's a lot. I don't even know a lot about it. I just know, like, I guess a high level definition. But it's basically it's a very, very transformational technology that a lot of companies are getting patents on because of the ability to transfer data at a very rapid pace. But that's all I know about it.
for me, I think it's such a risky investment because ultimately cash is king right now, and maybe one day when we transfer to an entirely digital cash like society, I think it'll take off way farther. But I think we need to change as a society before that stuff actually becomes more popular and more important in our society.
Well, digital currencies or cryptocurrency and blockchain are two different things. Very different things.
Have you guys seen the movie? I believe it was. Man, okay, let me get back to you with the name of that movie, but it was basically about that and the black market behind it. And it was a horror movie. It was really good.
Yeah, get back to me. I'd like to watch it.
Yeah, let us know.
If I remember, I think it was on Netflix.
Demi. I know he has something he wanted to add as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll add what I wanted to add, and then I'll pick if I could pick a selection. Back to what I think Demi was used to. Talking about how we're flaky and we have we're able to commit to some things for long periods of time and dedicate ourselves. I remember I was just doing an assignment. We talked about a steel worker, a generational steel worker who started working in the steel mills at like 16, and then he didn't want his son to go into that because he knew the conditions were bad and it was a dangerous job. So his son eventually ended up going into the ministry and became a priest in seminary in the 70s. So it was kind of like, he wanted the best for his son, and he knew that it wasn't a favorable occupation, and his son being of a newer generation, he wanted to help people and kind of dedicate himself to something that was community based, and to help his community. He lobbied in Congress and things like that to kind of make opportunities and create cultural difference, which is pretty interesting.
Oh, that's very interesting. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, no problem. I'll do values for 200.
Values for 200. Okay. What are some positive qualities that people attribute towards our generation?
I would say, well, from what I've seen, we're very driven. Like, we're full of passion, and we go after what we want regardless of what people tell us. Creative. I'm open-minded and creative. And let's see.
I like those.
Yeah. Think outside the box.
You got entrepreneurial, tech-savvy, progressive, independent. I think what you just said, though, are kind of necessarily go along with being entrepreneurial or independent.
Yeah.
Free thinker.
I think you hit the nail on the head with those two answers.
Why don't you get the last one, man?
All right. What is values for 100? At what average age do Gen Zs leave their parents' household? I personally left my parents' household just last year, actually. So when I turned 20. On average, though, I feel like most people probably leave their parents' household when they first go to college, so around 18. I know some people commute. So I've definitely seen all these answers already, but if I hadn't, I would say probably 19. But knowing the answer, I would say 21, which is kind of surprising, honestly.
I don't think it's surprising at all. I think it's like a lot of people actually don't like loans as well. So I feel like a lot of people who are getting out of their parents' house early, like 18, they're taking a lot of loans out. But if you're not taking out loans, you'll get out when you can, which is 21.
I agree with that.
But
is anyone raising their hand at the moment?
Yes, I'm a pretty boy. The so fly. The hood, not a owner, not a bad boy. I'm a G to the D. $40.
Oh,
Who is that?
Wait,
oh, that was my sister. My bad.
Your sister's lit. All right, thank you guys for playing A to Z Gen Z, game of Jeopardy. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something new. And next, we'll be doing a short activity to help us gain more introspective insight on ourselves. It'll take about 5 to 10 minutes. Tim will tell you a little bit more about that.
All right, everybody. So if you guys are Drake fans, Drake released an album a couple years back called Six God. On that album, one of my favorite songs is Know Yourself. And that's why Drake's on here, and he has that funny meme. So one of the quotes that I put on the left side, basically, you need to have perspective on yourself before you're able to make progress on your personal growth. So this Know Yourself exercise is going to be a bit of something just to really understand who you are and how you can best optimize yourself moving forward. So we will be sending a link in the comment section so we can go ahead and answer those. But also, so I know some of these questions are maybe a bit deep. If you don't want to answer it on the forums, go ahead and just have the questions, and you can either write them down on paper or answer them anywhere else. But we're going to send you a form regardless.
Yep, so you guys should be receiving the link to the Google Forms in the chat now.
Let us know if you can't access it or anything like that.
I'm also going to send a link to this YouTube video that I want to play for you guys. Unfortunately, audio coming from my computer won't be able to, you guys won't be able to hear that. But this is a very nice YouTube video that has some nice soothing background music to kind of help you guys get into that introspective mode. So please do take the time. It's about 5 to 10 minutes to fill this survey out really quickly. If you guys have any questions, just raise your hand.
We'll mute ourselves too, so you won't hear our voices. So we can all just get in the zone, because I haven't answered these questions either. Yeah, I can resend it, Cameron. Hey, guys. Actually, Chidi, can you resend it, please? guys. So we're gonna end this portion of the activity at 9:30. 4 more minutes. Actually, I think everybody.
Yeah, I think we've gotten about 8 submissions now.
Anyone want to raise their hand and tell us any takeaways that they've had after completing this? This get to know yourself.
I'm seeing a lot of interesting answers. Anime, whoa, whoever said that, I'm with you 100%.
You guys hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. Just speak a little bit more.
Yeah, if you guys want to share any takeaways that you got, please feel free to raise your hand. If not, we can move on.
Did anyone learn something new about themselves, or share as far as you expected? Maybe?
All right. Well, we can definitely move on.
Hopefully you guys found some value with that quiz. Next thing we want to do is just kind of have an open discussion. This is kind of one of the last things that we had planned for the event, just talking about the past current couple of.
Rakeem said, oh. Rakeem, were you saying yes, you were finished, or yes, you wanted to say something?
I was saying, yeah, I could hear him. He was asking if anyone could hear him earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Did anyone want to share their responses? Last call?
Nah, I was okay.
All right. I guess we'll just open the floor to a discussion about mental health, the current situation that we are all finding ourselves in with COVID. A lot has been going on with society as far as equal rights.
PowerPoint, G.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah,
so if you guys want to get a drink or something like that, please feel free. Let's just have some dialogue. So the first topic is going to be about summer 2020. We got some suggested topics. We can talk about anything. I mean, obviously some of the most biggest themes we've had this summer were the biggest things we've had in history, especially in my life. I'm sure in you guys' life too. COVID-19. How does that impact everybody? Anyone want to talk about that?
Does anyone know anybody that has COVID or has gotten COVID and recovered from it?
I do actually.
Really? Wow.
So actually, a couple of my friends got COVID actually, because they were at protests and stuff. But I wasn't with them, so like I'm good. I've been quarantined and stuff. But 2 of my friends, they've been protesting like every day, and so then after they went to a protest on Saturday, and then they started getting symptoms on Sunday evening, they said. And so they were saying they had like shortness of breath, and they were like super duper fatigued, like they would walk up a few stairs and be completely out of breath. They lost their sense of smell, their sense of taste, and I haven't actually checked on them in like a week or so, but yeah, they had it, and so they were like really shocked because at the protest everyone was wearing masks, but yeah, they still got it. So that's when it was, for me, it kind of hit home because it had been so abstract before. But after seeing like my friends get it, it was like, oh, this is, even though I knew it was real, it was like, oh, this is really real. But yeah, it's not a joke though.
Yeah, it's definitely scary when the people that, I mean, had you been seeing your friends recently before they contracted it or around that time? Because it can
No.
get scary when someone that you just saw last week ends up telling you that they have COVID, and then you're like trying to go through your head when the last time you saw them was, and if you did like anything that could have made it so that you contracted the disease. Because I thought that I actually went through a period like a month into this whole COVID thing when I actually thought I had it. I had like a huge headache. I was very lethargic the whole entire day. So I went and got tested, and thankfully I was negative. And I was negative, and then like the very next day, like all my symptoms are gone. So I'm not too sure if it was just like my mind playing tricks on me, or if maybe I had it and then lost it and now I'm immune. Part of me thinks that might be the case, but I know it's not. So still gotta be safe out here.
What do you guys think in the attendees? Anyone like to speak on this topic?
What did you say, Tim?
I'm sorry. I see other people that are commenting in the chat. Nico and Chris wanted to add something. If you can't, well, I'm going ahead and
You're kind of hard to hear right now.
I just unmuted Nico and Chris because I saw they had something
Okay.
to say in the chat.
We can honestly keep everyone unmuted at this point, I think, if we can all just agree to try not to talk over each other.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I can agree to those terms.
Okay, cool.
That works.
All right, is everybody unmuted?
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody let out of the cages. Well, we can talk about any of the suggested topics. Don't feel free to not just talk about COVID and stuff.
I mean, I'll personally say, like, in combination with COVID and mental health, I think a lot of people, I even seen a statistic, I think it was on Bloomberg.org or something like that. It was saying that, I guess, 1 out of 3 adults in America like have like symptoms of depression or anxiety compared to the previous statistics of 1 out of 10. This is all after COVID has happened. So, I mean, to me, I really think that a lot of people, have a lot of like maybe unresolved things from the past, and sometimes as a society we try to get into all these different things like our career or hobbies or interacting with people to kind of distract ourselves from it. But I think a lot of people got a chance to really look at themselves in the mirror. I've been able to call a lot of people, a lot of friends, speak with them. A lot of people were telling me, man, there's just so much going on in my mind, this and that, this and that. Even right now, I've even seen like insurance companies are allowing therapists to be on the insurance line. Like, 'cause right now, therapists are like just max. It's like everything's packed. Like everybody's calling the therapist session, but it's crazy. I think a lot of people are just going through a lot of things mentally, especially when every day you have the uncertainty factor. Like, okay, how can I pay my bills, or what happened? Like, I have kids, I have this, I got to take care of this, that. It's a lot, but I just think we just have to just stay strong, and for me, just personally, just take it one day at a time and just have faith.
All I gotta say is wear a mask in public places. I like the protests, but I think the biggest problem with the protests is so many people want to speak their voice that they weren't wearing masks. And I know recently the governor just banned mandates on wearing masks, which is kind of funny and ridiculous. So not follow what he said.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was very shocked. I wonder what was going through his head when he decided to mandate not having to wear masks. Like he made it so that businesses cannot mandate that, which I think is very interesting.
Right. He placed the ban, but he not only placed the ban, but he sued the mayor for doing that. Like,
He sued Keisha Bottom
And everyone that works under her.
for money.
right. Yeah.
Hey guys, I need to mute myself for 5 seconds. My roommate's trying to talk to me, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
No worries. Did you guys hear about
So I think I know exactly why he. I think
Go
I
ahead,
know
I'm sorry.
exactly why he made that move.
Why is that?
You think?
So, basically, if you look, there's been protests going on at a lot of places, especially places like Florida, which is really ironic. But basically, the Republican base is very anti-mask, and he's basically doing it so he can save face. Because he's a Republican governor, he relies on the vote, so it's basically signaling to his face, hey, I'm doing what you want.
That makes sense. It doesn't, but it makes sense.
I
I think it's
that's
okay to
even
tell people to do what they want, but I think the fact that he's trying to pander towards votes by making it so that people are more susceptible to spreading and contracting the virus is like the part that I lose all sense of faith in politicians, because the decisions that they make have to be based on things that are beneficial for anyone except the minority, I guess you could say. Well, not necessarily that, but just beneficial to people that are in question, if that makes sense.
Yeah. The other problem is they don't really see any of this. They're safe in their own spaces, so this isn't really a problem to them. That's why the whole right as a group is like, we don't see a problem with that, because they don't. They can afford to just go stay inside and stuff. So they just see it as an inconvenience because it's not a real problem to that. Meanwhile, it's affecting people who do have to worry about it.
Exactly.
which is kind of crazy because it's like this is affecting the entire country and hundreds of thousands of people are literally dying. So to be just that selfish, like I don't understand it. And the fact that I think the biggest tragedy for this nation is the fact that wearing a mask and even just having empathy for other people has become a political ploy. Like that is just completely ridiculous. So I honestly, I'm terrified because who knows what's gonna happen this fall, and ooh,
Yeah, it's very divisive, I would say.
yeah, it is. So, does anyone have like siblings who are going to school or like unsure if they're going to school? Like
Yeah.
the elementary, like grade school and stuff.
No. My brother's in college.
My county, well, I'm out of high and elementary and all of this schools, but my county officially mandated that next school year will be completely online.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know some elementary schools and middle schools and high schools are letting students choose whether or not they want to either go online for the whole semester or go to school. But I don't know if it's a combination of both, like some universities are doing. I think you have to pick either or.
I know my friend's dad, he's a teacher, and with this for DeKalb County, and they kind of made the official decision to go online up until September. And then I guess, and then when September comes around, come to a decision. I think that's just a way to buy time, but that's what she told me.
Yeah, I have a friend who is an APS teacher, and literally, I guess like last week he found out basically that they'll be prolonging their decision until like the 24th or the 25th of August, or maybe the 20th. It's somewhere between that week. But
So it sounds like
as far as like collegiate schools, I have another friend, well, my best friend actually, she just recently graduated, and her law school basically gave them the same decision. Like either they want to go remote or actually go to the campus. And she said she was really surprised to see that a lot of them chose to still go on campus.
Wow.
So, yeah, some people not really, well, not some, it's a lot of people not taking it as seriously as they need to.
I don't know about you guys, but when GSU decided to send us all a survey, I actually voted to keep it the least amount of in-class sessions as possible.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw the survey.
That's just what we have to do.
I don't think I saw the survey either. That's kind of crazy.
There's also something that a petition going around that's getting people to sign so that GSU can answer some unanswered questions, like what happens if a student contracts the disease or the virus, or what happens if a teacher does. Just like a lot of unknown scenarios that we haven't really acknowledged that we probably should, because the whole point of going to school is to socialize and work together, and that's not the environment.
I heard that our tuition is actually a bit more. Why is that?
I was gonna ask about that. That's a real concern because I'm like, why am I paying the same tuition and fees as if I was on campus as much as I
We're gonna go
would?
to we're not gonna use the gym. We're not gonna go to the sports games. Like, what the heck? What's going on?
Yeah.
Right.
We all know
The
probably
gym,
one of the
can't
biggest
go to the
benefits of GSU
library.
is the rec center.
Oh, speaking of sports games, I got something interesting. Apparently, they're still planning the football season.
Oh no.
What?
I think American football is one of the worst sports for this whole situation.
What are
That's
they?
horrible.
Yeah.
Mask under their helmets?
I doubt it, but they're actually doing that at a lot of schools. They're still planning sports seasons. So
That's just
I
crazy.
would say is the
See, I can understand sports like soccer or tennis,
no
maybe even baseball, but not football.
the education system
Not
is,
even soccer.
the education system is not set up to benefit those who need it. So us, so I'm not really too surprised.
Well, I think if you're looking at it from a economic standpoint, like financial standpoint, I'm not justifying it at all. But sports brings, especially football, brings a lot of money for the university, and that is my guess as to why they're continuing with this. Much like anything else, I would think there's a monetary gain and ignoring health risk.
Oh no, that's definitely the case. They've already allotted all that scholarship money. Some of them are still staying on campus in dorms, I believe. So that's definitely the case.
Speaking of scholarship money, I know you guys are talking, I think the due date for paying for classes is coming up at the end of this month for fall semester.
Yes, July 31st, and late registration is August 28th.
But I know Chris is still here, and when he introduced himself earlier, he talked about how he's going to be helping us out, us being inspired. He's going to be helping out students try to work towards achieving their academic goals. But something that he's done himself is curated a list of about 100 different scholarships that are open to students. Chris, you want to talk a little bit about that? Because that was an awesome list I saw.
Yes, if you have the link, feel free to share it.
Yeah, definitely. Again, thank you again, CD and Sin, just for this platform itself. Yeah, just what CD was just saying. Yeah, I think just during this whole situation, a lot of people, just like we were basically talking, everyone has like a sense of uncertainty about the future. Like, oh, how I'm gonna pay for school? How am I gonna do the A, B, and C? Like how basically what's happening in the fall. So I say, you always gotta just do what you can to help. I think we all can play a role in just helping, our fellow human beings. And I thought the best way was like, you know what, I think right now people can apply for scholarships all this downtime. I've been hearing people saying like, oh, I'm bored, or I'm this and that, but find some time to like, still plan ahead, even when things are a little rough. Like, you know what, I'm gonna create like a whole list of various scholarships, particularly for undergraduate students. Just making them like a level of difficulty, like maybe like is it easy to win or not, based on the requirements or number of awards that are being given. But so far, I've been able to have at least almost up to 90 recipients or people that were interested in this letter. but I also created a tips list for people to know how to apply for scholarships. I think a lot of people have the mindset like, oh, it's hard for me to win because I don't have a high GPA. I'm not too involved in the community, or I don't have a maybe like an in-depth resume. But most of the time, you don't really have to have those things. You just have to have some pretty good writing skills, be creative, and just be persistent. But so far, I think a lot of people have been benefiting from it, and that's something I would like to continuously add to the Inspire program as a student success manager. Is just helping students to be informed in different, financial aid options, scholarships, grants. There's even different programs where there's sponsors out there, like private sponsors helping people go to school. So it's different things like that, that need to be formed. And yeah, I can definitely, if I can get the link, I can definitely put it in the chat. But yeah, definitely feel free to ask me any questions of that in the future.
Actually, Chris, if you don't mind emailing that to either Tim or Chidi, and then they can just forward it to me, and I already have an email list of all of you all who have attended, so I can just email it to everyone that way.
Yeah, we have it. I'll give it to you, Brett.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
But just to pivot the conversation a bit, has anyone felt like they were more productive or less productive, or did they learn anything new, develop some new skills during this, COVID break?
I think I was more productive. And I only say that because I got sent back early. Like I came back to the States in March, and so by that time, most of my work was done for that semester. So I had up until May when my summer classes started of free time essentially. So it was just I was productive because I was doing things outside of school that I otherwise wouldn't really have had time to do. So I kind of got more serious about coding and working on getting my teaching English as a foreign language certificate online, and just like teaching myself through these videos on the computer that I would not have really entertained because I didn't have the time. So that was a different kind of productivity that I enjoyed.
Yeah, I think the fear of unemployment after college is what driven me to be more productive. I try to get new skills at least, study a few things, maybe play a few more instruments or play sports more. Because if we don't become better ourselves, we're gonna have to fight with all these people in an era of incredibly high unemployment.
Wait, do
Yeah,
you play an
but there's
instrument?
one problem.
I used to play in the orchestra actually, but now I'm trying to learn the electric keyboard, kind of like the piano, and also study other subjects that I want to follow after I graduate.
Yeah, the only thing I causing you about is overproductivity. Even before I was teaching myself stuff with animation, but when this happened, I really went hardcore on it. Like I was putting stuff out almost every day, and eventually when you do that, especially if you're not getting view numbers, you just burn yourself out. So I had to kind of slow myself down to keep from burning myself out creatively.
I agree. I think also for me, like the productivity I got was finding a better balance within myself because I'm usually doing a lot all at once. Um, so now finding a balance of like having a routine, like actually exercising intentionally,
Nice.
and just doing little things like that, like self-care stuff more intentionally because I'm less engaged with everything all at once. So I think that's a different form of productivity of learning how to balance.
Yeah, I found out the hard way. Honestly, you can ask GD. I was like, okay, so I have an internship right now at a a tech startup, and it's a really great company. But I'm a very ambitious person, so I like to take a lot of projects. And I ended up like taking projects on 3 different teams because it's a startup. You know, they need all the help they can get. And like it was Q2, which is from what is that, April to end of June. I was basically working like over 50 hours a week at this company, and I wasn't even doing my own stuff. And it was just like I was learning a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, I was getting really burnt out, and like it wasn't good for my mental health. And
Yeah, I've definitely.
It sounds like hyper productivity if you're feeling burnt out, because people, I think it was Cameron that was mentioning balance. I think it's been mentioned before from someone, but I mean, I know you, Tim, and I know that you're someone that like, goes hard for like a specific length of time, and then you'll burn out for maybe a week, and then it's just like a repeating cycle. So I definitely think that's something that I was able to realize during this past 3 months was the importance of being ambitious, but also just doing the things that you need to do in order to actually realize your ambition. Whether it's making sure that you're giving yourself the time of day to focus on your self-care so that you can be consistent over a length of time and not get into those droughts where you're feeling like there's no reason for doing what you're doing. Or if it's just a matter of finding the time to actually explore your interests in the things that you're passionate about, whether it's music, film, or whatever it may be, just giving yourself the time of day to be able to say, I enjoy doing this, therefore I'm going to do it. And I think COVID gave a lot of people the opportunity to really look into themselves to find out what exactly it is that they enjoy doing or don't enjoy doing, and to make sure that they're manifesting more of those things or less of those things. And
there's definitely a lot of pros and cons to this.
Yeah.
There is a few
definitely.
pros.
Absolutely.
To look at the first one.
While we're on this discussion, I do want to wrap this up a bit earlier because I know people got to go sleep and stuff. So
Yeah,
while we're on the topic of balance, this is perfect to segue into our app, balance.io. So let's give you guys a showcase of what we've been working on for the past 4 months on a new product. First of all, thank you everybody for staying as long as you have. I hope you've enjoyed the event so far. We got 5 people in here, 5 attendees plus us 4. So that's really awesome that you guys giving us your attention for this long.
Seriously, it means a lot. And this is our first virtual event, so we're glad we got a good turnout with people that are willing to engage, add value to this event. So appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome.
Team no sleep.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
Team no sleep, bro. After this, I got to study for my NGS exam tomorrow, and I still have plenty of energy left, so I'm excited to hear about this.
Awesome.
Was that Nico?
Yeah.
All right.
So, actually, let me just go ahead and tell you guys a bit about what I've been using to build this MVP. So this Jeopardy game was built using Bubble. You can see this in the bottom right. Bubble is basically a way to build apps and software and web pages without code. So like we said earlier, we've had about 5 different MVPs where we tried to build an app build an app or build a service so that we could try to help people achieve their goals. And whether it was not being able to scale from 1 user to 10 users, because it's hard to actually keep track of 10 different people's goals and making sure that we're holding them each accountable, or whether it was a matter of people just not really liking the feel of the app. We just haven't really been able to see the type of traction that we need in order to not only provide a type of app that will help people achieve their goals, but do it at a scale where we're actually benefiting society at large, which is the ultimate goal. So with that being said, this is kind of what we're working with now, a student success dashboard, meaning a place where students, in particular at first, can go to manage their time and set their goals so that they're focusing on the things that are most important to them and managing their priorities. So this is just a very high-level overview of what I'm going to give you guys today. we do want to start testing the app in the next month. We want to go full on with a beta test this August when school starts in the fall semester, but we also want to give people like yourselves and some of our other family and friends opportunity to do like an alpha testing round so that we can just get any bugs out the way. But basically what it is, it's just a student success dashboard that helps you manage your time around your priorities. So each of your classes, your due dates, as well as any goals that you have set for yourself, whether it's to exercise more, meditate more, learn more, whatever it may be. So essentially, 3 main functions is adding a goal. So these are the goals that we give you guys the option to add off the bat. You have self-care, hanging out with friends, exercising. Someone mentioned meditating earlier. This is not a meditating session, but we do advocate for the importance of meditating. So let's just say I want to meditate more often. Like any other goal setting app, we want to make sure that you guys are articulating the goals that you have so you can gain a deep understanding of why you want to achieve that goal. So we have some prompts here to help you gain more insights on why exactly you want to meditate. Maybe I want to meditate because I want more, something simple. Excuse my typing. I want to meditate more. Why do I want to meditate? How do I meditate more? I meditate by waking up early and playing soothing music. And then the last thing we want you guys to do is say why you want to do it. So just providing that extra layer of reinforcement just for those times where you kind of get out of the groove as far as striving for your goals. Remembering why it is that you're striving for your goals is important during those times. So I'll say to keep my mental health in check, right? And then the next step is just selecting the details about your goals. So I want to meditate tomorrow. I just want to do it one time, and I'll do it for 15 minutes. And then you click next. I'll do it in the morning. And then this right here is the suggestion bar. So anytime you create a goal, it'll appear here. You can see that the meditate goal I just set for myself appeared here. But this is also where people like Chris, who is our academic go-team manager, the person that's going to be in charge of helping students achieve their academic goals, can give you guys advice depending on the types of academic goals that you have. And he can suggest activities that you guys can do. But
wait, can I get some clarification really quick?
Yeah, definitely.
Are you guys like computer science majors or are you entrepreneurship majors?
We're both entrepreneurship majors, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were like from a tech background.
I wish I did. Not being tech has been a kick in my ass. Excuse me for my language, but
there's so much content on the internet that can help.
Yeah. That's, one other thing I want to show you guys before I wrap it up is the main value proposition. We want to be able to reward college students in particular, but ultimately everybody for staying consistent in achieving their goals and doing the activity that they needed to do in order to achieve their goals and achieve that level of well-being that they are striving for. So I've already set a goal for myself to meditate today, and I did meditate earlier. So whenever you set a goal and achieve that goal, you have the option to check in, and then you receive a point for each time you check in. There are also other ways that you can receive points on the app, whether it's inviting friends or just contributing to the overall network of the app. And then you can redeem those points for personalized incentives like discount at your favorite restaurants, or maybe a discount on your next month of Apple Music or Spotify, or a free month of Chegg. Incentives and rewards that are specific to you and that can be applied towards what you want to do in life. Is how
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah, sure.
So, something that you could implement, if you look at a lot of apps like Candy Crush that use psychological manipulation, you notice when you get rewards or something, they use a lot of bright flashing colors and loud sound effects. So something you can implement into your app is whenever you accomplish a goal and you logging in or whatever, it has a screen where it plays like a celebratory sound and there's like fireworks or something that activates that dopamine.
Yeah.
That's a great suggestion. Thank you.
We definitely want to do more things like that that'll get people, because the thing about dopamine receptors and triggering those, a lot of social medias do that, like with likes, and people go into social media just to get likes. And we want to get somewhat of the same effect as far as helping people stay or helping retention within the app because of that dopamine being triggered. But a lot of these social medias nowadays aren't really doing beneficial things when we're talking about the mass effect that they're having on Gen Zs and people in general. But with that being said, I do like that idea. It would be cool if like the screen just filled up with confetti anytime you checked into it and checked into a goal or achieved your goal.
Yeah.
But one other thing I would like to
Katie,
is
before you move on, can you go back to the dashboard?
Hmm?
All right, guys. So essentially, this is going to be a student success dashboard. So one of the features we really want to implement to kind of help you as a student with your success is a place where you can upload your syllabus, and we'll basically enter all of the quizzes, tests, and when the homeworks are due for your class, for your specific class. And because usually, personally for me, and I know a lot of other students, you'll start to write in all of those at the beginning of the semester. So something we want to do for you is just have that already in for you, manually input through our backend, so you guys can already have the due dates, and then being able to collaborate and gain points for doing those assignments, and also balancing other things in your life other than academics. That's kind of another feature I wanted to add on.
Yeah, I think time management is definitely something I've struggled with recently. Not motivation, but just time management. Because sometimes I get into something and I just lose track of time. And there's no checks on that. Like, I don't have to go to school, currently unemployed. Like, there's no checks on me and my time management, keeping me on track. So I think this is a good idea. I think some ideas that you guys have take it above, say, the Apple version of this. So I like that you guys are adding features that other similar services don't have.
right. That's the value proposition that we're trying to be able to provide for college students. An app that provides that time management structure, but also helps students manage and stay consistent with their goals. Because ultimately, what we want to really be able to do is help people gain that level of introspection that will be able to give them the opportunity to really articulate what their goals are and be able to chart out a path towards those goals. So that's what this button here is for, the SMART goals. SMART is basically an acronym for setting goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. So one thing that Chris is going to be helping us out with next semester is helping students achieve their academic SMART goals. So these are a couple SMART goals that will give students the option to set within balance, which is the name of this app. And then once they achieve their goal, whether it's getting an A on their next test or improving their study habits, they'll then receive points, which can be used to redeem for rewards. This is not going to be live until next fall. We're still working on getting everything in place so that we can do everything that we need to do, whether it's getting their syllabus, contacting the teacher, so that we can gain a better understanding about what exactly that particular student could be doing in order to achieve their goal, or just talking to other organizations and clubs around GSU, whether it's the Student Success Center or tutors themselves, advisors, just trying to create that system and that network that streamlines the process of actually helping students achieve their goals realistically.
Like the Career Success Center.
Yeah, that's another great.
What are some of the rewards?
So the rewards we want to make.
Are you allowed to disclose that yet?
Yeah. So for the rewards, we want to be able to personalize them. So based on an onboarding questionnaire where we get more information on you as a user, we're able to pick out, if you're a person who's really into fitness or technology, we can get you maybe like a Smoothie King digital code for a free smoothie, or we can get you like an Amazon gift card things like that. It's really going to be personalized to whatever you want.
That sounds like some Cash App vibes, and I like that. I've seen a lot
You
of
said what vibes?
similar Cash App vibes.
Nice, yeah, I love Jack Dorsey. Absolutely.
Yeah, so we're definitely trying to make it so that the types of incentives and rewards that we're offering really fit into individual people's lives. So just a typical purchase that they're already making on a day-to-day basis, or that they want to make but can't necessarily make because they don't have the money, but do have the motivation and consistency that's necessary in order to continue moving forward in life. Because a lot of when we were doing customer discovery about a year ago and asking college students about some of the things that prevented them from achieving their goals, financial impediments was a big one. And that's definitely not something that should be preventing us from achieving their goals. Something that's fictitious like money should not be something that has that type of impact on us. So, that's just one thing that is motivating us to be able to provide that type of incentive structure that actually provides value. But that being said, the last thing that I think is kind of cool about this app, if you're in class and you want to be taking notes, we kind of have a little bit of a folder hierarchy system here so that if you do end up taking notes in class, you can save that note to a particular folder, and you can go back to it for viewing later on. And then you can even send the notes that you took to a classmate's email or your teacher if necessary. And then they'll receive it like it's an actual email. So that's essentially all we have for this MVP right now. Just very bare bones as far as features are concerned. We just want to get
What
a
does
very good
MVP
idea.
stand for again?
Minimum viable product.
Oh, okay. I thought I meant most valuable player at first.
That also means that. But yeah, we just want to kind of create this app and then just get it out there and see how people respond so that we can let them drive future features. But we do know that we want to do things like provide incentives, help people achieve their goals. Those are some of the things that are driving our core business model. But as far as the features that we have in the app, it's really going to be up to people like yourselves to help us, understand the types of things that we can be adding or we can be improving on. So with that being said, if you guys would like to participate in the round of beta testing, or rather alpha testing that we're going to have in the months leading up to fall semester, I'm going to go ahead and paste a Google Forms into the chat, and it will take you to an MVP interest form that you can fill out. It'll take about 30 seconds. And then once you fill that out, we'll be reaching out to your guys' email in about 2 weeks with your own sign-up email, or with your own sign-up information so that you can get your own account on balance and start testing it out. So I just went ahead and posted that link there. If you guys want to test it out, please do fill out that form because it'll be really helpful. We just want to get people using it and giving us their feedback. Do you guys have any feedback just from seeing what you just saw?
Have you guys been Shark Tanked yet?
No, we've done a lot of pitch competitions though.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you probably did it for the previous apps you've done, right? Entrepreneurial thinking class, because one of the problems, I took that class this year. I took it last semester, and due to Rona, I didn't get to do the Shark Tank part. I was really disappointed.
Oh, yeah.
Question is the balance.io, is it so we're for now it's on the computer, we're accessing it through there
For now, but in the fall, you'll be able to access it from your phone as well. The cool thing
So
about
it's gonna
Bubble
look,
is you can build.
is it gonna look like this on the phone version, or is it gonna be like more compact or more screens to choose from, I guess?
Yeah, it'll be responsive for the phone. So I'm gonna have to kind of rebuild it a little bit so that it fits on this phone screen. But
yeah,
it'll just be a matter of resizing some things so that I can actually fit on the phone.
Yeah.
But in the fall, we want to be able to make it so that we do, for one, have your syllabus information linked to the app so that we can go ahead and add all your important due dates to the calendar. Any test days you have will automatically be added to the calendar. And then we're also going to be working to talk with teachers on an individual basis to figure out, okay, what are some things that these students that are participating in your class can do in order to do better in your class and achieve their goals, and then trying to figure out how we can have it be so that teachers are also providing a level of incentive, whether it's extra points on your final grade or on a test, depending on how you do as far as checking into all your academic tasks that you have set for yourself on balance. So with that being said, that's really all we had for you guys this evening. If you guys don't have any questions, we'll go ahead and wrap this up.
Peace, everybody. That was a good presentation. Well done.
One
Thank you.
moment,
Thank you.
I think they have something else they want to add.
Okay, feel free. Is someone muted that wants to ask a question? Give a quick. Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Katie.
Okay. All right. So cool. Thank you guys all for coming. Appreciate you guys sitting through this long event with us. Thank you guys for sharing all your thoughts and opinions on things like mental health, COVID. I know a lot's been going on in the world recently, and it's important that we continue to talk openly about how we're dealing with a lot of things and where our head's at. So I'm really glad that you guys are able to join us for this night of fun and open discourse and games. Thank you guys I would like to thank Launch firstly for helping us put together this event. Launch is an awesome place, especially if you're entrepreneurial. It's a collaborative space where you can come together and work with other entrepreneurs as far as gaining a better understanding about how exactly you could turn your business idea into an actual business. They have a lot of events like this, as well as other events that are a little bit more informative, that'll help you gain more knowledge on exactly how you can establish a business brand for yourself and do things like network more effectively or whatever it may be. So if you're interested in becoming a member, if you're not already, the website is launch.gsu.edu. I'll go ahead and put it in the chat for anyone that is interested.
What is this?
But yeah, Tim and I have been a part of Launch for ever since we were freshmen, and it's only because of Launch that we were able to really still be doing what we're doing with Nspire and still have the motivation and the support to continue to establish a company and be an entrepreneur, because it's definitely hard and it definitely gets tough. So if you're looking for that network and that support system, then Launch is definitely an awesome place. I just sent the link. It's more like an incubator. So with that being
I'm already
said,
a Launch member, actually.
Oh yeah, I would like to see you more then, because I don't think I've ever seen you on Launch. But it'd be like that.
Sounds good. Well, keep me posted on the app. I actually got to get going right now, a little early.
Here you, bro.
No worries at all, man. Thanks for coming.
Hell yeah, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it. Peace. I'll give you guys some
All right,
feedback.
everybody.
Peace out.